Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video I'm going to take a look at Big Paladin. Big Paladin is not really a very strong deck. If you look at the statistics on HS Replay, where this build is from as well, then it is a sub 50% performer. However, I was actually able to win a little bit more than 50% of my games with this, but yeah, it's still not very good. Its best matchup by far is Warrior. It's actually a really good deck against Warriors, all sorts of Warriors, but it's not good against pretty much anything else. And Mages with the early Giants, they are just really terrible. So what does Big Paladin even do? Well, Big Paladin, like it says, it runs big minions, Shervala, Giants, Serra, Bulldozers, Alexstrasza, Tyrion, damage Stegotrons. Well, there is a Celiax and an Archmage Vargot too, some little bit smaller minions. And it tries to cheat out those big minions, because when you run big minions you want to cheat them out. And there are two mechanisms that the deck uses to cheat out those minions. One of them is duel. Summon a minion from each player's deck, they fight. Because almost all of your minions are pretty big and they are summoned, the opponent's minion is summoned. Unless it happens to be a mage and you manage to summon giants from them, then typically your minion is going to win that duel and you get to keep minion and the opponent loses a minion. One way, and the other way is Prismatic Lens. Draw a minion and a spell from your deck, swap their costs. And the only expensive spell in this deck is Kangor's Endless Army at 7 mana. So as long as you can dodge that, you're going to get some pretty significant discounts. I played like 1 mana Iseras and 3 mana Tyrions and stuff like that on the board. And yeah, that is pretty effective. The two smaller minions in the deck, Celiax and Archmage Vargot, can sometimes be tutored away from the deck with Call to Adventure. That's part of what makes Call to Adventure pretty good in this deck. It tutors Vargot, it tutors Celiax, it also buffs them up. So if you can play Call to Adventure on 3, into that 4/8 Vargot on 4, into like duel on 5 and then Vargot will repeat that duel, then that would be one great way to start a game. However, the deck is very dependent on these big minions. There's no real hard removal in this deck, so everything you do is based on those big minions. Your big minions have to be able to contest the opponent's big minions. And that's sometimes difficult when you're facing like a Mech Paladin who magnetizes some 2020 behemoth, and then what are you going to do about that? Well, you have some minions, but it can get pretty harsh. But whenever your minions are bigger than the opponents, then you can use them to trade, you can use them to go face, depending on the situation, and things can go pretty well. There's also the Kangor's Endless Army in this deck, and there are 5 mechs in the deck. There are 2 Bulldozers, 2 damage Stegotrons, and Celiax. So Kangor's Endless Army is also going to bring back some relatively big stuff. The early survival of this deck is completely dependent on Desperate Measures, Mysterious Blade, and then Consecration and trying to find those minions. So on the first couple of turns there's not a whole lot you can do. If you're facing something very aggressive, you want to try to mulligan for Measures or Redemption and the Mysterious Blade, so that you can kill something like some Murlocs on the first couple of turns and survive long enough to try to get to your bigger minions. In addition to these cards, you would keep stuff like Archmage Vargot, Prismatic Lens, Duel, and if it's token deck, then Consecration. And if you're facing something slower, then you don't have to have those secrets and the blade, but you can have Call to Adventure, Vargot, Prismatic Lens, Duel. Just things that start bringing those big threats on the board. It's not really a climbing deck, because, as I said, all statistics show that this has below 50% win rate on the ladder, even on lower ranks. I had slightly above 50% myself, but only a little. But if you happen to have the cards, there are tons of legendary cards in this deck, and you're a little bit bored here at the end of Rise of Shadows, then this was actually a pretty fun deck to play. If you enjoyed this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Big Paladin in action. Redemption, Mysterious Blade, Call to Adventure. We can try with something like this. So, what kind of warrior? That doesn't tell me anything. All warriors do that. But I have the Mysterious Blade, so I was thinking Mysterious Blade kills the Eternium Rover. It can kill a Town Crier too. Ooh, I find a duel. So I want to kill this minion. I don't want to let him keep minions on this board if I can avoid that. Because I'd need to call to adventure. Oh no, too many rush minions. That will be a bit too much. This will pull the Vargot. But I still need to kill this. But now he will be able to kill both copies of Vargot, the original and the second one that comes up afterwards. Yeah, he will be able to do that. With a simple shield slam and then this one. Do I still go for the Vargot? Or does he have a shield slam in hand? There's no cards left that he kept. Too bad that he found all 3 1-drops. I was hoping that when I kill the 1-drops then he wouldn't have one left to kill the Vargot again and again. I think I still need to go with this. Let's try. Because he needs to have a shield slam to answer it. Redemption does save it from everything else except for shield slam, right? At 5 mana. He just doesn't deal 8 damage. I mean, he could silence it. But shield slam is the out. And there's like no real reason for me to believe that there is a shield slam in hand. There are no kept cards in hand, so it's just completely random what he has there. I know that there are 2 rush minions, so that leaves only 5 cards. I mean, he can have a brawl a little bit later, of course, so... But if Vargot survives, then it's going to be duel after that. That's the plan here. But we'll see. At this point he should know the archetype he's facing, and he should know that the only secret is redemption. Oh, it's a Mechatoon warrior. Well, Vargot does have to be here in order to be used. So I cannot trade. Vargot is just going face here. And then we duel. Omega Devastator. Would be a shame if something happened to it. Oh, the Undertaker. Would be such a shame if something happened to it. Alright, so now we know exactly what we're up against. We're up against a Mechatoon Undertaker. Warrior who no longer has an Undertaker. But he still has all the removal pieces and he still has the Mechatoon. There might be one copy of Execute in that deck, there sometimes is. But not today. There are brawls in that deck, of course. Is it a Mountain Giant turn? Yeah, I think this is a Mountain Giant turn. And hit him in the face. Let's see what happens here. His minions don't have... Well, he could have a Militia Commander to take down the Bulldozer. Because I know he has a Rush minion in hand. It's either Militia Commander or it's Ziliax. Yeah, he's able to take down the Bulldozer now. But I suppose that's probably fine. I mean, I could pull the Ziliax, then I could coin it on the board to kill the Acolyte of Pain to deny card draw. But I think I'm going to do exactly that. Let's pull the Ziliax. Let's coin the Ziliax. Kill the Acolyte so he only draws 1 card from that. And then hit him in the face with the Mountain Giant. I believe this is okay. He still has tools. There's 2 brawls. He spent the rush, well, he has Ziliax, of course. He has Dinomatic. I would still need to find a way to kill him. Well, hero power, it's still just 7. Ah, with the weapons project he can actually kill the Mountain Giant. Feels bad, man. That weapons project enabling the kill on the mountain giant. There's no reason to swing into the Celiacs. Yeah, figured as much. So it's a prismatic lens turn. Let's see what I can pick up with this. I can pick up a 1-mana Ysera. And 9-mana Desperate Measures. But I mean 1-mana Ysera is a 1-mana Ysera. We're always going to play that. I can deal 7. Well, he could have a brawl. Can't use an Omega Devastator yet. I managed to get rid of 1, but there's still another left. So these are going phase. I'm not going to hero power to make his brawls better. And the question is just, do I use a Flash of Light just to cycle a card? I think I will. Just to cycle a card here. I think it's fine. Gives me some options with Shirvala too. Let's see. Yeah, there's Celiax, Bulldozer and Damage Stegotrons, so there's 5 mechs in the deck. Plenty enough for Kangors to resurrect. Oh dear. Omega Devastators come online next turn. Now if he has another Shield Slam, that's 7 armor. Means that he could go for it. Oh boy. Alexstrasza is too early. Don't quite like the Desperate Measures either. I think we're going with Tyrion. 9, I can push 11 damage to the face. We go in with Tyrion. We try to push. See what happens here. We get him down to 2 armor. That's at least good. Omega Devastators are now online. All other mechs are also equipped with Rush at the moment. So Dino-Medic, Omega Devastator. You can discover a mech too. I think, what new card do you like the most so far? Well, obviously the Mechatoon Warlock Enabler, the Plague of Flames. So that we can play Mechatoon Warlock again. Well, well. This would be a good time for a master plan. This would be a great time for a master plan. Because there's a lethal setup on the board. There's exact lethal on the board at the moment. I don't expect that to last. Already did not last. Alright. Here comes a brawl. Celiax wins the brawl. So no lethal setup yet. There is a Bulldozer in Kangors, right? I mean, I could Alex his face. If I Alex his face, I deal 16 damage this turn. Then I could have him with the Consecrations next turn in theory. I think we're going to give it a try. We get him down to 7. And if he doesn't heal, and if he doesn't remove the weapon, then that's lethal. But of course, he might be able to kill the minions and remove the weapon. All of that can happen. Then I probably would go with Kangors. Like a single Omega Devastator could clean up this board now. And that would leave enough mana to play Harrison or Weapons Project. I know he has 2 copies of Weapons Project and the Harrison in hand, in the deck I mean. I don't think he has them in hand, I think he would have removed the weapon. I also don't think he has Omega Devastator in hand. I don't think he needed to play Brawl if he did. Ah, top deck Omega Devastator. I had a very strong read that there was no Omega Devastator in hand. But that was spectacular. That was of course spectacular there. He has only 3 cards in hand at the moment. Is this the time to go in with the Kangors and Shirvala down this Omega Devastator, so that I don't have to put it back into his hand? Yeah, I think that's the way. We resurrect some mechs. And Shervala will kill this so that the lifesteal doesn't activate. And then I can hit him in the face a little bit. So I put him down to 9. So once again we have a lethal setup with the double consecration and the weapon. Yes, we take the game. Alright, we need to hit the duel so that he doesn't hit the big stuff and we hit the big stuff. If he hits the big stuff with the duel, we just lose to that too. But because we lose anyway, then we need to high roll. We need to put ourselves into a position where we can high roll. That's very important. Call to Adventure will pull the Vargot, so that takes one of the bad outcomes of duel away from my deck. I'm increasing my percentage chances. Mage kept only one card. They are on the coin, which is where they want to be. I'll just draw immediately with this Flash of Light. Because I want to draw stuff. This makes him think that I'm Holy Wrath Paladin, which would be an unfavorable matchup to him. Holy Wrath Paladin beats him as badly as he beats me. Almost anyway. So we have the advantage that we have him a little bit confused. Well, now this is going to pull Ciliax, but that's still fine. It also removes a bad outcome. Now he can use the Scale Worms. For some reason these are now these greedy Conjurer Mage decks. These are unviable on the ladder in higher ranks, but on these lower ranks they seem to be still part of the game. If I play Vargot, it's only going to get killed. It is going to tank 6 damage. Is there ever a world in which I play Vargot together with something at some turn? I don't think there is. Not in this matchup. I think I will just die. So I need to play Vargot out there to have him kill it. He's probably going to play Scale Worm and trade in the 2/2. And the Twilight Drake is going face. That's what I would do. Leaves the Scale Worm up. 2/2 is a perfectly acceptable sacrifice. Maybe he doesn't even want to use that much resources. Alright, then it's time for us to duel. I mean, I could also use Ciliax to kill the Twilight Drake now. But I think it's time to duel. And we actually kill a Voodoo Doll. We high roll the first duel. This is important. High rolling is important in this matchup. I need to do a lot of high rolling. I will need to kill this Mountain Giant though. And there's only one way for me to do that, and that's to sacrifice the Alexstrasza. I have the option to duel again, but if I hit a Giant, that's bad. I'm being mana efficient if I play a Mountain Giant here. I could also try a damage Stegatron to get some mechs on this board. It's going to be a 5/6. We still need to do something to kill it. Otherwise I can just magnetize Ciliax on it, although this deck runs Silence, so that could be a bit of a problem. That would be a setup for the Kangors later on. But I think I need to go with the Giant here. Just get an 8/8 on the board. If you want to spend an 8/8 here, cool. I can have my own 8/8 again. If this for some reason lives, then I could even dare to duel again. Now that we got the early high roll out of the way, then there's so many more options on what we can do here. Khadgar into Conjurer's Calling, I see. So that's going to be a lot of damage. I will need to kill the Khadgar, of course. Do I try with the Stegatron and Redemption here? It has got to be Ciliax, right? These regenerating tugs are going to be difficult to get rid of. I need to kill the Khadgar. What 2 cost minions does he have? No, he doesn't have Sorcerer's Apprentice in this build.
Unity, precision.
I kill a regenerating tug, I kill the god car, and I play the redemption. I think this is correct. He might kill the mountain giant first to prevent Celiax from coming back with divine shield on. Crowd roaster would do that. Alternatively, he can give me the Celiax with the divine shield if that's his preference. Then he can also kill the mountain giant if he likes. But so far this looks fine to me, right? I think this looks okay. I mean, he has Astromancers. I know he has a Conjurer's Calling in hand. Dueling is a little scary. Because if I pull a Giant from him, I might duel next turn, then I can also play Consecration. If I were to play Kangors now, that'll give me a pair of Celiaxes. That will also make the Shirvala cheaper. I think this is actually a Kangor's turn. Let's wipe this board here. Not a very high value Kangors, but I was planning on this Shirvala so that I can duel safely. Oh man, is this a dual deck? Yes, this is. Emperor, I don't like this meta. Well, meta is what meta is. Oh no! Now he gets his hand full so that he can play Astromancers. Oh no! Now he can get good Astromancers going. Oh no! That's terrible news. It's time for me to duel. I get rid of one Astromancer. That's something. I can pull a Tyrion from the deck. Okay. Okay, loses a Sea Giant. Nice. Astromancer, Sea Giant, Mountain Giant gone, but there's still second copies of all of these. Then there's the Conjurer's Callings. There's still a lot of stuff. Why is he playing all the sparks on the board? I don't understand the purpose of this. Why did he want to play all of these here? Why did he want to get rid of cards in hand? I don't get it. I just don't get it. What is it that I'm missing here? Too bad Consecration Shirvala is one off from killing the Twilight Drake. Really, what is it that I'm missing? I don't understand. Something that I just don't understand here. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out why he did that play. That's basically what I was thinking the whole turn. Why did he do that play? Oh, in order to play Book of Spectres. But he had plenty of space anyway, so this was now much worse. I just don't understand what's going on in this game. I've seen both Voodoo Dolls now. But Tyrion will always cost 8. This will soon cost more. I need to play this. And the Blade. And the Blade kills the Twilight Drake. And then the Shirvala. And the Shirvala kills the 3/6. And this one goes face. Now I've seen both Voodoo Dolls. He can ping and play another Scale Worm. Ping another Scale Worm and another Scale Worm would be pretty strong. Other than that, his hand size is so small that Astromancer isn't that great. Sea Giant isn't. Sea Giant Mountain. I know he has a Conjurer's Calling in hand, so Sea Giant Conjurer's Calling was an option. If he had a Sea Giant in hand... Now he can still play a Scale Worm if he has one. That's no Scale Worm now, is it? Do I want to kill the Messenger Raven? I think I do, yes. Do I want to miss any damage? I don't think I do, no.
Put your faith in the light.
I don't have a way to push for lethal, no. Kill that one. I kill this one. I don't need to cast Light Force Blessing here, this one goes face. Also hero power here. Alright, we get him down to 10 health. I have a couple of 8/8s on the board. I've seen both voodoo dolls.
Arena's full.
What can he do here, really? That's hopeful prayers, right? Well, it might be hopeful, but it worked. It actually worked. Because the Stormwind Champion buffed this to 10 health. And that means that I don't have lethal here. Wow. How did that happen? He has Alexstrasza too, so... Velen can kill the Tyrion. He can Alexstrasza his face. But if he does that, he will die. Because he doesn't have enough mana. 15 health, but he can only kill the Tyrion. And the 1/1, so I will still have more than 15 on board. Plus I get the weapon from Tyrion too. So he can Alexstrasza his face, but if he does that, he's just dead on board. Yeah, he's just dead on board here. Alright. Up against the Hunter. We have been Big Paladining it up today. I've climbed from 2300 to 1700 so far. The level of opposition might not be very high, but we do what we can. I'm not going to hero power that redemption. Okay, Cups. Christopher, are you from Sweden? No, I'm from Finland. Oh, that Scale Hide. That Scale Hide is going to be Dire Frenzied in the near future, I'm afraid. And that's not even Huffer. But do I even have anything that I can do? I mean, I have to play the Vargot here. But he can kill Vargot twice, I mean, it's no problem. Ah, top deck Deadly Shot. That's the best kind of Deadly Shot. What can he do? I'm going to need some big duels now. I'm probably dead anyway, but we do what we can. Big duel number 1, coming right up.
Unity, precision, perfection.
This duel was not satisfactory. I don't particularly like him having that Thunder Rhino out there. I mean, that was the only literally the only outcome that doesn't kill a Thunder Rhino. There were 7 other minions that I could have pulled, all of which would have killed the Thunder Rhino. So that makes me a little bit sad. I have to kill it now before he gets to play more stuff. 1 out of 8. Assuming that he first gets a Thunder Rhino from that, so. And he's being relentless. If I need to lens. I need to get a cheap spell so that I get a big minion on the board right now. That's a pretty big minion. It doesn't even mind getting sniped. It's just, the problem is just that I'm probably dead anyway. He only needs 8 from hand. I also don't have a Kangors here. And he knows my Celiax is gone, because Celiax was pulled with the duel. So the deck has these RNG properties, unfortunately. I mean, that was 1 out of 8 to lose, so it was very rare for me to lose that one. Oh, does he have lethal? Not with that one, he doesn't. You can face tank it. Protect your minions. That's good. For him, that is, not for me. And I could kill the Timberwolf with the blade and have a taunt up. I would be at 9. He would have 6 on board. Or I could be at 14. Timberwolf would live. I need to kill the Timberwolf. Timberwolf must die. I'm probably still dead. But we'll see exactly how I'm going to die. Double kill command would be one way. Deadly shot and then the kill command is another. Top deck kill command, the best kind of kill command. He just top decked the answer multiple times in this game. That's rough. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.